All right, just leaving CrossFit on Saturday morning. Put these down for a second. It's a terrible workout. It's just like pure cardio the whole time. The good thing is the strength part, because again, the workouts are usually like a strength piece, and then like something that's a little bit more fast paced, like more cardio kind of thing. But it's either strength and skill, and then a workout kind of thing. So the strength part was nice. It was deadlifting, so we had sumo deadlifts, and fortunately that's something I'm good at. Even I haven't done a sumo deadlift in probably 6 years. I pulled 425 without a belt, no straps, no belt. So that was kind of nice. The last time we deadlifted at CrossFit, oh, my camera's about to fall. That's awkward. One sec. Whew, close call. Dropped the camera. It was hanging from the the sunroof, was like holding it in place, which was kind of funny. Why is this GPS telling me to turn here? Anyway, yeah, we did deadlifting, conventional deadlifting, a few weeks back at CrossFit, and I hadn't done that in probably a few years. And that I think I pulled like 440 or something, or close to that. So I think my conventional's better than my sumo, which is kind of weird. Usually it's not the case for most people, I would say. And yeah, I think for me it was mostly grip that was a challenge. Kind of expected that actually, but it's cool. Anyway, enough about CrossFit. That's not why you're here. I said from this morning's video I had a topic I wanted to go over, and it's from a comment on a LinkedIn post, so not knocking the person personally or anything. And I don't think they were like attacking me. Like, that's not how I felt. So I don't want to make this video and then like make it sound like I'm like trying to defend myself, I guess, like, oh, this person's so mean. I just wanted to like bring awareness to this in general, right? So I had a post that was around kind of like a mental health kind of focus. It was about being kind to yourself, right? So I just think that, not for everyone apparently, but I think for a lot of people that are trying to be helpful, right? Like, you're trying to help other people, whether it's like junior software engineers, your colleagues, whoever. Like, I think for a lot of people, they find it easier to be kind to others. Like, they can be empathetic, they can be helpful, they can be understanding, they can be patient, they can be all these things, like forgiving. And they do this because they know that by making space for someone, by listening, by doing all these things, like, you can help them tremendously. But what we're generally not very good at is like being kind to ourselves. So we don't give ourselves the same sort of treatment a lot of the time, right? So the idea being that, you know, you're investing into other people, you know all the right things to do in terms of being helpful and kind, but like, why can't you do that for yourself? So that's what my post was about. Just kind of like this little reminder that's like, look, it's good to set the bar high because you want to keep improving, you want to keep getting better, but like, don't be so hard on yourself that like it feels crippling, because that's no way to go through your life. And it's all like, kind of like what I was saying in the previous video, it almost ends up being like the wrong motivation. It starts to not be empowering. It starts to be like I'm doing this because like I don't want to be pathetic. Like, it kind of feels like the wrong, I shouldn't say wrong, it doesn't feel like a sustainable way to go through life. And I think that can be motivating for some people to be like, I don't want to be bad. Like, I want to, you know, avoid being this, you know, person that sucks. I don't want to fall into like this pattern of being crappy. But like, why can't you just like try and transform the message, right? Like, reverse it. Like, instead of I don't want to be something that's bad, like, I want to be something that's good. Like, don't use negatives to do it. Anyway, the whole point and what I want to talk about is that I thought this was important to talk about in terms of a reminder. And someone was kind of like laughing about it. Again, I don't think they were like making fun of me or whatever, but more like since when, or like, how has it happened that software engineers, like in our industry, everything is like I can't remember the exact phrasing now, but kind of like, why are we all so weak, right? Like, why do we always need to, like, why is it like a perpetuated like self-help book, I think is how he was saying it. Like, why is everything like this? Like, why are we kind of like, yeah, like almost like, why are we so weak as software engineers in like an IT industry? And I thought it was so weird, because like, I don't even know, like, is that not an indicator of exactly the type of like attitude I'm talking about here, where like people don't even have awareness? Like literally this person, and again, I'm trying to pick on them, so I don't mean, I'm kind of passionate about this, and I don't mean to like make it sound like I'm taking it out on them and attacking them, because I don't think they were attacking me, but by making a statement like that, is that not an indicator that people simply do not have enough awareness of the people side of what's going on? Because I don't think it's specific to software engineering in general. I don't think that's a unique thing about software engineers. I think that this is something that happens all over the place in like most careers, probably. I don't have stats to show, but like, it's not special to software engineering. I think, again, my opinion is that someone making a statement like this simply does not have awareness of other people. They might not even have awareness of themselves. I don't know the individual at all. I don't know if it's a matter of like they act too macho, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe that's the case where they're perpetuating like this masculinity type of thing, or like a stereotypical masculinity type of thing, where like, can't be vulnerable, can't ask for help, can't be like any sign of weakness, no faults. So maybe that's kind of what they're like. Again, I don't know, just from one comment. But yeah, like, I've managed people for 12 years, and I can tell you that people from all sorts of different levels of experience, backgrounds, and stuff like that, you see all kinds of stuff, all kinds. And the position in management affords me the opportunity, but it doesn't make me special to have conversations and relationships like this, right? Like, when I'm the thing that the opportunity it affords me is like a space to have these conversations. I still have to make sure that I'm building trust and respect with people. And once they feel comfortable with me and they start opening up about stuff, I don't know, to me, it's not a surprise when I talk with someone and they're having issues that aren't just like, hey, how do I solve this technical problem? Like, people issues, or they have self-esteem issues, like so many different things. And I have never been like, oh, this is a weakness thing. Like, I don't know, like, it's bizarre to me, but again, like, maybe it shouldn't be a surprise to me. Like, I think that there are a ton of people that just simply do not have enough awareness. Now, this is related, but I had a couple threads going on Twitter, on Threads itself, discussing pull requests and code review feedback. And I had like sort of the overwhelming majority of people were like, yeah, I've had bad experiences with people being like total jerks on pull requests and code reviews. And that's not surprising to me. I think probably every single software developer that works in a team has or will experience like people leaving crappy code review comments where you're like, you feel bad after, for whatever reason. I think that's unfortunately going to be most people's reality, that they'll experience that. But I had some other people being like, no, like you, like, and not just like one person, but like a good handful of people being like, no, like we should be able to give direct feedback, and like people should just like understand, like it's not personal. And I'm like, I get it. I get it. But like, here's the problem. People like you are the problem, because it's extremely situational, right? So I understand the idea behind that, and I agree with it, that if everything else in a team is perfect and you have like everyone on the team feels like best friends, like you're always working together on stuff, you're super close, and like you can leave direct feedback, and you could even leave sarcastic feedback and your friends aren't going to be offended. That's like a different level. And do I think that it would be awesome to strive to have that kind of like relationship building within the team? Like, that would be absolutely awesome. That would be so good. And I have literally worked in teams like this where code reviews are almost trivial for us to do because we know what's going on. You can leave, snarky comments about things because you're like, we talked about this and you forgot to like remove the dead code, or you forgot to refactor it. Like, I'm gonna bother my friend on this. He's gonna get a laugh out of it. But like, again, situational. There's no way I could do that on like almost most other teams I've been on. So I think when individuals say, like as a blanket statement, you should just be able to do this, like, I'll tell you what, when you start doing that and you don't have awareness of who else is on the pull request, and you have new people on the team that aren't good that way, you are literally going to be the person that's being defined when we talk about these bad experiences. So again, I'm not disagreeing with that's the goal state. I'm saying that you can't apply a blanket statement and not treat things situationally. To give you an example, if I use the person I was talking about, a good friend of mine, we're working on something, I'm reviewing his code, I leave a sarcastic comment, whatever, he gets it, it's a joke, whatever. If I had a new person on the team, same team, but a new person, I might even consider being careful of leaving joke comments or like short comments without explanations on my best friend's pull request if there's a new team member, because if they're reading it, I don't want them to get the wrong opinion. I don't want them to go, oh, because they're not on the inside of the joke, I don't want them to go, oh man, is that what's up here? Like, oh man, I gotta watch out for this. Or, oh, I guess that's how we do things. Like, I guess I can be rude and condescending too. Like, it's all about awareness and being situational. So it felt like from the feedback from some of these people I was getting on this thread was like, I genuinely do not get the feeling that when they're explaining some of these things that they have sufficient awareness. And again, I'm not really surprised. I'm a little taken back because it's like, man, like, really? Like you're coming out and making it as a statement, like, I'm proud to say that I don't pay attention to anyone else on the review because we should just be able to tell people an implementation's wrong and they shouldn't be offended or take it personally. I'm like, man, like, yeah, you're describing the North Star of where we want to be, but guess where you are right now? Probably not at your North Star. And there's probably people on your team that don't like feedback like that. Just so you know, right? Like, it's kind of rough, but this is the kind of thing, like, I like having threads like this and conversations online so that there is awareness. I don't think for these individuals that are talking about like being more direct with their feedback and a little bit more critical, I don't think it's going to get through to them. They're not going to change. I don't really have that expectation with the content I put out there. Like, I'm not out there to like change anyone's ways if they're not at least open to it. I think that's a key part, is they have to be at least open to change. But yeah, I think just having other people have awareness of like this is literally an opportunity where you can hear someone defending why they think it's okay to just be very direct, and not have you not take it personally. Maybe that's helpful for other people to hear. Like, look, it's not that this person is picking on you, right? They're expressing that they think it's okay to be direct. Just to close on this, because I'm almost home here. The last part I wanted to mention was there was a comment thread, might have been on that same topic, but the idea was like someone was, I think it was, because someone was saying like, hey, I think that people should be more kind, and someone responded and they were like, kind of like, sounds like a you problem, man. And it's funny because the way that they both explain their points, I'm like, I feel like they're both right. So I said, like, communication is a two-way thing, right? If people that are doing the communication, like doing the speaking or doing the writing, if they put in more effort, and it doesn't take much, but if they put in more effort to help people understand their point, and then if the person receiving the feedback puts in more effort to not take everything personally and like everyone's attacking them, you put an effort from both sides, and then overall we just focus on like trying to be nice to people, trying to be kind to people, I think we'd see a significantly better collaboration and teamwork. But what do I know, right? What do I know? I'm back. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you next time. Take care.